Hey, what's up? So I just got back from watching the Super Bowl, like 30 minutes ago or whatever, however long it was, and I wanted to make this video right after because it was fresh on my mind. What did we just watch? I don't think anybody would have guessed this is how this Super Bowl was going to go. The score up here says 40 to 22, but realistically, 40 to 6 maybe. Those last two touchdowns, I mean, they were great touchdowns to watch from the Chiefs. I mean, it showed they had like life in them, but they didn't mean anything. The touchdown in the third quarter was hopefully going to bring us back in it, and then it didn't. But yeah, I mean, it was basically a shutout victory up until the final few minutes of the third and the fourth quarter, but nobody would have expected the Chiefs to get shut out like that. And for the Eagles to come out and do that was amazing. Like I personally really believed, not even just being a Chiefs fan, but just watching football in general, I really thought the Chiefs were going to come out and just win. Like I didn't think they were. The Eagles have a really, really strong run game, and this game the Chiefs shut down Saquon Barkley so well. He only got 60 yards on the ground. Jalen Hurts, it shows down here, he had 72 yards on the ground, but a lot of that's just all the pressure's on him, so he's able to scramble away. That's nothing to do with like the defensive line. They already did their job. That was just Jalen Hurts making a good play. But for the D line to stop Saquon Barkley and keep him under 60 yards was amazing. The defense from Kansas City played pretty well despite the score. I mean, you look at the score and see 40 points, you think, oh, wow, the defense sucks. But the defense had no, sorry. The defense, they played the best they could with what they were given, is what I'm trying to say. The offense had many turnovers that put the Eagles' offense within the red zone, just like that. And if you're playing defense against that, there's not really much you can do but just try to suppress it. But the Eagles offense, they were able to get those 20 yards for the touchdown. So the Chiefs defense, they were my MVP of this game. They held them pretty well. The score doesn't show it, but I mean, holding Saquon Barkley, the MVP in my eyes, to under 60 yards was just amazing. Also, another guy I want to talk about, Xavier Worthy. Patrick Mahomes threw for 100 yards to all his other receivers. He threw 157 to Xavier Worthy on 8 catches, and he had 2 touchdowns. What a game by Xavier Worthy. Yes, he had that 70-yard Hail Mary that nobody cared about, and you could say the defense wasn't covering him, but they were, and he made that catch because he's just quick. But, yeah, Xavier Worthy had a game, but, yeah, I couldn't believe what I watched. Patrick Mahomes, one of the best quarterbacks of all time, arguably going to be the best if he keeps playing like he has in the beginning of his career. Had one of the worst games I've ever seen. His 2 interceptions wasn't even like they were just horrible passes. The rookie Cooper DeJean caught the ball, and it looked like Patrick Mahomes was trying to throw to him, not I think it was D-Hop that he was trying to throw to, or maybe it was Hollywood Brown. But, yeah. And then we threw an interception right after, and it just looked like Patrick Mahomes didn't care. He just kind of launched it and walked off the field. Like, it wasn't a good game by Mahomes. Even though he had 257 yards and 3 touchdowns, it still wasn't a good game. The Super Bowl MVP hasn't been announced at the time of recording this video. I believe it's going to be Jalen Hurts, but I wish they could just give it to the whole Eagles defense because they shut down Mahomes. They shut down our running game. They shut down everything about the Chiefs. And as a Chiefs fan, it hurt to watch, but I mean, if you're an Eagles fan and you watch this game, you probably loved every second of it because the Eagles didn't do anything wrong. I mean, the beginning of the game, Cook had that nice interception off of Jalen Hurts, but that was about the peak of this game. because everything else that happened that was good for the Chiefs happened so late in the game when it didn't even matter. It was just, oh, it's cool to put on the stats. But that interception was pretty cool to watch, and that was about the peak of the Kansas City Chiefs this game. But yeah, I also, this is the first time I ever sports bet. Not doing it again. I had Saquon Barkley scoring 20 fantasy points. He scored 13 or 14 maybe. What the heck? Didn't see that coming. I also had Jalen Hurts getting 270 scrimmage yards and scoring a receiving and rushing touchdown. He got those, but I missed the Saquon Barkley one, so I lost the bet. There's always next year, but yeah, I mean this is gonna be a short video. I don't know what I just watched. I also, sorry, one more thing. The scoreboard bug. What was that? That was the worst scoreboard I have ever seen. It looks like I could make that in Canva in about 5 minutes with my eyes shut. The worst scoreboard ever. And the halftime show, what was that? I love Kendrick Lamar. SZA's alright. It's my girlfriend's favorite artist, female artist, but Kendrick Lamar sounds so awful in concert when he's not allowed to cuss and actually say the words of his songs without getting canceled because he's doing it at the Super Bowl. He just sounded awful. I've heard Kendrick Lamar concerts, and they look so cool and sound so good. I don't know what happened. It was just one of the worst halftime shows ever. And I love Kendrick Lamar. It just wasn't good. But yeah, if that scoreboard looks like that next year, I will not be watching football. It looked awful. I could not sit there and look at it. Actually, when I saw that, I wanted to turn off the game because it just bugged me so much. Because how do we regress from a cool scoreboard that shows the team's logo and the background is the team colors, and then you have the KC or the PHI for Philadelphia and their Eagles and whatever, to a scoreboard that is a red box that says KC in white letters and a green box that says PHI in green letters. And that's all. And in the middle of the screen, there is a timer for how much is left and then the quarter under it. What the hell is that? It is awful. I couldn't believe that's what they went with. Also, the Super Bowl commercials were awful. I mean, it kind of sounds like I'm nitpicking, but there was a commercial where a guy had a cowboy hat as his head. Like, that was his skin, was a cowboy hat. I don't even know what was going on. Like, this whole Super Bowl just kind of felt like a fever dream. Like, basically going 34-0, and that's when the game ended. Getting shut out, and you're the Kansas City Chiefs, did not feel good. Like, I don't know. There's a lot I could say about this game. I really, really hope that the Chiefs are going to three-peat. But then again, people can't say the refs rigged it because there was that controversial call at the beginning, and the next play for the Eagles, there was another controversial call on them, so those evened out. And then the rest of the game, the Chiefs are kind of getting screwed by the refs. I mean, they were making the fouls, so they weren't getting screwed, but they had so many penalties that. So there was no foul play by the refs, so some may think that the Chiefs are only good with the refs. Well, here you go. The Chiefs lost without any ref help. But yeah, Super Bowl 59, not one I'm gonna remember. The game wasn't that fun. The scoreboard was ugly as hell, and the commercial sucked. So yeah, see ya.